Imagine a country so small you could drive across it in just a few hours, yet powerful enough to shake the Middle East. Israel, located right at the crossroads of three continents, is a land of extremes, where dry deserts stand next to lush forests, where the lowest point on earth is just a few miles from modern cities, and where an ancient language was revived after nearly 2,000 years of silence. How can a nation smaller than New Jersey hold mysteries equal to the pyramids, shape global technology, and still spark debates across the world? Stay with us, because right now, you're about to discover 15 shocking facts about Israel, things that could completely change the way you see this country. If you love journeys filled with surprise and discovery, a gentle click on subscribe will make sure you don't miss any story we bring to life. And now, let's step into the heart of Israel, where each fact uncovers a new layer of shock, curiosity, and wonder. Number 15. Israel's stunning natural diversity. Israel covers only about 8,500 square miles, smaller than New Jersey, yet it boasts natural diversity that stuns anyone who visits. Within a few hours' drive, you can go from the Mediterranean coast to the arid Negev desert, and then reach the lowest point on Earth, the Dead Sea, sitting more than 1,300 feet below sea level. Even more surprising, this small land holds over 2,600 plant species and 530 bird species, outnumbering many countries many times its size. Uniquely, Israel entered the 21st century with more trees than it had at its founding, earning a Guinness World Record for tree planting. A tiny land, yet one that proves the power of survival and an incredible love for nature. If this contrast surprises you, drop a comment with number 1 so we can share impressions together. But nature is only the first backdrop. What really shocks visitors is found in the people, especially the women, whose personalities can completely shatter your expectations. Number 14. Israeli women, bold and unexpected. If you think Middle Eastern women are often tied to shyness and strict traditions, Israel will definitely shock you. Women here are not only striking, with a blend of Mediterranean and Middle Eastern beauty, but also bold, confident, and proactive in love. They might ask you out, take the lead on a date, and sometimes even propose marriage themselves. For them, love is built on equality and respect, not rigid gender roles. This modern mindset creates a unique dating culture, simple, genuine, yet magnetic. It leaves many visitors intrigued and amazed when stepping into Israel's world of relationships. If this bold and magnetic confidence surprises you, drop a comment with number 7, the number of luck, to see how many people would dare to let women take the wheel in love. And once love is already surprising, step into daily life, where the cultural shocks can leave newcomers completely frozen. Number 13. Culture shocks you'll never forget in Israel. Arriving in Israel, many visitors quickly realize they've stepped into a world like no other. The first shock? Shabbat, the holy rest day from Friday evening to Saturday evening. The country nearly shuts down, no buses or trains, shops are closed, even elevators are set to stop automatically on each floor so nobody has to press a button. If you don't prepare, you could find yourself hungry on deserted streets. On top of that, Israelis are famously blunt. They might ask your age, salary, or marital status without hesitation. For them, it's simply a way to connect honestly. At the dinner table, you may be shocked to see Jewish families strictly following kosher laws, even using separate pots and pans for meat and dairy. If these surprises make you both curious and eager to learn more, leave a comment and tap that subscribe button. One like click, and you'll be joining us on more incredible journeys. But these customs are only the surface. Behind them lies a history thousands of years old, filled with conflicts and faith, where every page carries immeasurable weight. Number 12. A long history of conflict. Israel may have only been a nation for a little over 70 years, but this land has witnessed thousands of years of history. It is the birthplace of the three great world religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Ancient kingdoms once thrived here, only to be conquered by the Babylonian and Roman empires, forcing Jewish exile for over 2 millennia. In the 20th century, after the Holocaust, the longing for a homeland grew unstoppable, leading to the Declaration of Independence in 1948. But joy was short-lived as wars broke out, most famously the Six-Day War in 1967, when Israel reshaped the Middle East in less than a week. Today, tensions with Iran and surrounding regions continue, drawing the eyes of the world with both anxiety and hope. When looking at this seemingly endless chain of conflicts, do you feel the heavy weight of history and the wounds that never truly closed? But let's pause the tension and explore a different side, how Israel, from dry desert soil, rose to become a startup nation that amazes the world. Number 11. The startup nation in the desert. Israel has almost no oil, over 60% of its land is desert, and it lacks fresh water. Yet, its GDP per capita is higher than many wealthy European nations. The secret lies in relentless creativity and survival instinct. From barren desert, Israel built a global laboratory for technology, home to over 6,000 startups, which means roughly one startup for every 1,400 people. Tech giants like Intel, Apple, and Google have major research centers here, making Tel Aviv the Silicon Valley of the Middle East. Of course, wealth gaps remain, but the spirit of innovation has become Israel's unique signature on the global map. Hearing this rise from desert hardships to a global tech hub, can you see the extraordinary power people can create with their minds and hands? Yet even as technology blooms, the country's heart beats in one holy city, revered by billions, yet also the world's most debated. Number 10. Jerusalem, the world's most controversial capital. Jerusalem is not just a city, it's a spiritual symbol tied to billions of souls. For Jews, it was the site of the ancient temple. For Muslims, it's where the Prophet Muhammad is believed to have ascended to heaven. For Christians, it is where Jesus endured his suffering. With three faiths converging, Jerusalem stands as a capital unlike any other, yet this very fact makes it one of the most contested places on earth. Here, in just a few streets, you can see a strange coexistence, limestone alleys thousands of years old alongside modern light rail, and religious festivals transforming the rhythm of the city overnight. Looking at Jerusalem, do you feel it as a place both sacred and troubled, as if history is still being written on every ancient stone? If Jerusalem is solemn and spiritual, Tel Aviv is the opposite, young, vibrant, and so free you might forget it's in the Middle East at all. Number 9. Tel Aviv, the capital of freedom and sleepless nights. If Jerusalem is the city of holiness and conflict, Tel Aviv is the city of freedom and modern energy. It was one of the first cities in the Middle East to recognize LGBTQ+ rights, and its annual Pride Festival draws over 250,000 people from around the world. By day, Tel Aviv shines with sunny beaches and a buzzing startup culture. But when night falls, the city almost never sleeps. Streets like Rothschild Boulevard and Allenby blaze with lights, bars, clubs, electronic music, and wild beach parties lasting until sunrise. Its openness and youthful energy have earned Tel Aviv the nickname, the City of Light and Heartbeat, in a traditionally conservative region. If you could visit Tel Aviv, would you choose a sunset beach walk or dive into its firelit all-night parties? And yet, in one of the most modern cities, the dominant vehicles aren't cars at all. Number 8. Unexpected transportation in Israel. When picturing a modern Middle Eastern city, most imagine endless traffic jams filled with cars. But Tel Aviv surprises everyone. The most common vehicles are electric scooters, foldable bikes, and even electric skateboards. Over 20% of inner-city trips are made this way, while cars crawl in congestion. Residents often combine modes, riding a scooter to the train station, folding it up, then continuing on. The city has invested in more than 85 miles of bike-scooter lanes and a vast charging network, cutting emissions by 14% in just 5 years. Even in transportation, Israel turns innovation into strategy. Seeing scooters zipping past gridlocked cars, do you agree this perfectly reflects Israel's bold spirit of reinvention? But once you leave the bustling streets, where will Israel take you? Ancient walls, sunny shores, or a sea where you can float without knowing how to swim? Number 7. Israel's stunning travel destinations. Israel is not just a land of history, it's home to breathtaking nature and cultural treasures. The ancient port city of Akko, UNESCO site, still preserves Crusader-era tunnels, fortresses, and colorful markets. The Sea of Galilee, the largest freshwater lake in Israel, carries both spiritual meaning and serene beauty, tied to biblical stories. To the south, Eilat shines as a seaside paradise, with coral reefs dazzling under clear blue waters. And finally, the Dead Sea, the lowest point on Earth, offers the rare chance to float effortlessly on waters nearly 9 times saltier than the ocean. Among these, would you choose Akko's historic charm, the Dead Sea's salty magic, or Eilat's coral wonders? But the journey doesn't stop there. Now we uncover chilling mysteries, from giant underwater structures to valleys once feared as the gates of hell. Number 6. Israel's creepy mysteries. Beneath Israel's calm lies mysteries that both archaeologists and visitors find chilling. At the bottom of the Sea of Galilee, researchers found a massive cone-shaped stone structure nearly 230 feet wide, weighing tens of thousands of tons, over 4,000 years old, yet nobody knows who built it or why. On snowy Mount Hermon, caves were once believed to imprison fallen spirits. In the ancient city of Dan, a 3,800-year-old stone gateway is still called the Gate of Hell. And in Jerusalem's Hinnom Valley, once linked to sacrificial rituals, a modern park now stands, but twilight still makes it feel eerie. These mysteries make Israel both enchanting and haunting. If you stood before the Gate of Hell, or a Cave of Spirits, would you step inside, or turn back to keep your peace? After the chills fade, you'll find a very different Israel, where humanity and compassion shine through art and unique experiences. Number 5. Human experiences in Israel. Amid all the conflict and mystery, Israel still holds moments that deeply touch the heart. In the port city of Jaffa, the Nalagat Theatre leaves a lasting impression. Its entire cast is blind or deaf. Before the play, audiences dine in complete darkness, served by blind staff, discovering how taste, sound, and touch come alive without sight. To support the blind community, Israel even prints Braille on its currency, letting people identify bills by touch. And in Tel Aviv, surprisingly, the city has one of the world's highest dog ownership rates, offering dog parks, beaches, and even festivals for four-legged friends. If you had the chance to sit in total darkness, would you feel fear, anxiety, or discover a new perspective on yourself? And to truly connect with Israel's soul, nothing is closer than tasting the foods that nourished generations. Number 4. Israel's unique cuisine. Israeli cuisine is a rich blend of Jewish tradition, Middle Eastern spice, and Mediterranean flair. First on the list is hummus, mashed chickpeas with olive oil, garlic, and lemon, served with warm pita bread, simple yet flavorful. Then falafel, crispy fried balls made from chickpeas or fava beans, often tucked into pita with fresh veggies and creamy tahini sauce. Shawarma brings another delight, with slow-roasted slices of meat carved from vertical spits. And finally shakshuka, eggs poached in tomato and pepper sauce, hearty and delicious with bread to soak it up. These foods not only fill the stomach but also tell the story of a land born from cultural crossroads. If you had to pick one dish, would you go for the creamy hummus, the crunchy falafel, or the bold shakshuka? But Israel isn't only about food. Step into its colorful festivals, where faith, music, and tradition turn every street into a living painting. Number 3. Israel's unique festivals. Beyond its holy landmarks, Israel also dazzles with vibrant festivals. In March, Purim transforms streets into a giant costume party, with kids and adults alike parading, dancing, and sharing sweets. In autumn, Sukkot revives ancient memory. Palm leaf huts spring up on balconies and backyards to recall the desert journey of ancestors. In December, the lights of Hanukkah glow in homes and public squares, candles lit each night for 8 days. And in May, bonfires blaze across the country during Lag BaOmer, as families sing, cook, and gather around the flames. If you could join one festival, would you choose lively Purim, glowing Hanukkah, or warm Lag BaOmer by the fire? But behind the music and lights lies another reality, Israel's high cost of living, shocking to many but also reflecting its values. Number 2. The cost of living in Israel. Beneath the modern and vibrant image, Israel surprises many with some of the highest living costs in the region. In Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, rent for a small apartment can reach $1,500 to $2,000 per month, putting them among the world's most expensive cities. In smaller cities like Haifa or Beersheba, rent may drop by half but is still far from cheap. Groceries run about $350 to $450 a month, while a quick street food meal like falafel or shawarma costs $10 to $20. Yet this high cost comes with advanced healthcare, efficient public transport, and a stable quality of life. This paradox makes people wonder, what keeps Israelis willing to pay so much to live here? If you had to live in a place with high costs but safety, comfort, and quality of life, would you accept it, or look for somewhere cheaper? And to truly understand Israel, you need to know its travel secrets and safety tips, small things that can shape your whole journey. Number 1. Travel tips and safety in Israel. One unforgettable experience for visitors to Israel is the strict airport security. Upon landing, you may be asked detailed questions about your trip, your reasons for visiting, and your bags may be checked thoroughly. It can feel tense, but it ensures complete safety. When visiting sacred sites like Jerusalem, dress modestly, respect rituals, and avoid photographing people at prayer without permission. Also, steer clear of political discussions, especially about Palestine or Gaza, as they are extremely sensitive. If traveling to areas like the West Bank, it's best to join a professional tour for both safety and deeper understanding. These tips are the keys to enjoying your trip without worry. If a journey could open your eyes and test your patience at the same time, would you embrace it for the unforgettable experience? And so, our journey through Israel ends, a tiny land with enormous stories, from nature and history to culture and humanity. Each fact here is a piece of the puzzle that helps us better understand the world. But this adventure isn't over, because in our next video, we'll head to another land full of mysteries waiting to be revealed. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Israel. Don't forget, a gentle like and subscribe will keep you right here with us for every step of the road ahead.